Let me fix this thing. This ain't right. We gotta get this thing. We gotta make it tight. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, but it's the wrong music. So yo, you know how that go. But I'm about to fix it now, and it's about to go down. Yo, thanks for y'all coming around. All right, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and Saturday morning, we getting it together. You know, we getting together. Everything is going to be y'all right. Got it tight, and I'm going to make sure that it comes out right. All right. This is the one that's supposed to play. There we go. Oh, fuck. All right. It'll start when it starts. There you go. There you go. Okay. Let's get it popping, y'all. Yo, Urban Therapy with Sun Show, stand tall, word, and everything is gonna be okay. We do this thing like every day. Yo, you say, yo, everything's be alright. Yo, we keep it game tight, and yo, the sun shines bright. When I talk about the sun, I'm not talking about myself. We do this thing for a little bit of laughter and help. And we make sure that we build with each other, my sisters and my brothers. Yo, we got to know other things where you can come and be treated like the queen or king. Yo, it ain't no thing. Still laugh around, joking, again, and busting up with each other. Yo, because we do that thing. So here it is, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And we are talking about saying that words don't matter. You know, most of us, when we grew up, we was taught that, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words that never hurt me. Well, as many of us have seen in living color, that didn't hold a lot of weight. That didn't hold a lot of weight as we grew up and we start realizing, shoot, most of the fights that I got into was over something that somebody said. I think about it now. We might have to start switching the saying around and saying that actions don't matter, because actions can always be misinterpreted, and we know that words can be misinterpreted too. But when it comes to words, we always are coming up with new ways to verify that what we said was what we meant. Now, tell me when I start lying to y'all. Tell me when I start being wrong about what I'm talking about. And I will shut the fuck up, put away the books right now. I got a good look, and I'm down. And I'm down like a submarine, struggling to keep my sneaks clean. Yo, I won't be struggling with these things. So yeah, we want to believe that words don't matter and that they don't really affect us, and that we should be able to move on, because things that people say are things that just things that people say. But I'm not really sure if it is that way. That's my saying. Yeah, that's my word right there. Yeah, that's my word right there. You understand what I'm talking about? So we're gonna get into that this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show coming on in. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Everything is going to be okay. My allergies are making a play on me today. But bear with me. You know, I'm going to have to get my life together as we do this show. You see how red my eyes are? Man, I'm going through it this morning. But I just took a pill. And so I take a pill and try to heal, and I'm going to still go through this thing to keep it real, right? So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 11 a.m. till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is a Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. We play on the monkey bars and on the swings and push each other up the sliding board. We play on the merry-go-round and in the sandbox. We just try to get it popping like one big recess. I'm your host, Sun 752, a.k.a. Omar with the... And if you can't say Omar with the... Well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and I'm so glad to be here, standing in front of y'all. And I'm glad that you're here, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here, and I appreciate me some you. So we talk about words don't matter. They say that words don't matter. My mama told me that. My daddy told me that. Everybody told me that. Actually, I'm not so sure that my parents ever told me that. Just to keep it a buck. I don't remember my parents ever telling me that words don't matter or sticks and stones. I think my parents knew a little bit better than that, or they felt differently than that. And you know what thing they wouldn't let us do? You know how children bust on each other, play the dozens, rib on each other, Jones on each other, break on each other, siblings. Tease each other about what they don't have or what they don't have, what they do have or what they don't have or what they can't do and all that kind of stuff. My parents wouldn't let us do that. I'm not sure if we did that naturally or tried to do that naturally anyway, but if we ever tried to, it wasn't happening. My dad especially would be like, what you think? That's not the way you treat your brother. That's not the way you treat your sister. No. You ain't doing that here. Yeah. We weren't allowed or we weren't encouraged. I'm not sure if we were allowed or not because I don't remember wanting to do that. Now, kids get mad at each other, especially siblings. They get mad at each other and we get to talking shit. But we would do that when our parents wasn't around. And it didn't go deep. We didn't go deep into you ain't shit, you ain't this, you ain't that, you can't do this, you ain't never gonna be this, that, and the third, you ugly, you stupid, you. We ain't play them kind of games. And I think that one of the reasons that we didn't do that is because I think we understood how long words hurt. Long after the fact. When I wrote this show up, one of the things I asked was what heals, what takes longer to heal, or what effects last longer? A black eye, busted lip, bloody nose, serious lacerations. And when you get those things, it can be embarrassing. Or being called ugly, stupid, worthless, and things like that at a very young age. Which one lasts longer? Which effects last longer? Hold on a second, y'all. I gotta get my other thing. Hold on. I'm not far. I got this. Everything good. Everything is going to be all right. And everything is going to be all right. Thank you. Yeah. Which one lasts longer? Now, think about that. And I said that in the description. Think about that for a minute. Because we might be quick to say that, like, yo, man, you get punched in the eye. You might have got punched in the eye in front of all your friends, all of your classmates, the whole schoolyard and all that kind of stuff. You know what? You right. You could have got beat up in front of everybody. And yeah, people might have been teasing you about it, like, yo, you got your ass whooped yesterday. Or more than likely, what probably happened is you lost the fight. You still had people on your side. Somebody probably broke it up when it became apparent that you were outmatched. And you probably still kept your friends, even though you got beat up. Now, later on, you're going to get teased like, yo, I remember Darren. Darren gave you a 2-piece that he didn't have to pay for from Popeyes and KFC. You can't fight. So, yeah, it might have kept you humble for a while. But notice, the most embarrassing part was the things that people said to you about the fight. The most damaging part were was the after effects of people talking about what happened to you in a negative way. But more than likely, there was somebody who sympathized with you, somebody who helped you get it together, somebody who said, man, it's cool, you'll get them next time, something like that. You probably still had some support somewhere. Now, I can't speak on everybody's situation. But one thing I do know is nobody wins every fight. Now, I know some people who have won the majority, but nobody wins them all. Everybody has a big brother or a big sister that was whooping their ass or was overpowering them until they got their weight up and was able to win on their own. But check it out. You know what a major difference is between being called stupid, ugly, dumb, worthless, you ain't never gonna be shit, you can't do this, you ain't got no skills, you'll never be able to do it, you'll never be able to beat me, you'll never be as good as somebody else. You know what the difference is between that and getting punched in the lip or in the nose or having a black eye? And a black eye can last, sometimes a week, sometimes 2, sometimes only a few days. I've seen people recover from a black eye pretty fast. Like, the hell? What you got? Adamantium? What you got? What you got? But the difference is, if you get beat up in a fight, guess what can happen? You can learn how to fight. Yeah. I've seen many people get their ass whooped by somebody, and their big brother, their uncle, their sister, their neighbor, their cousin showed them how to hold their hands. Because you might have had a good swing, you may have had good strength, you had undeveloped hands. Oh yeah, you had the fire in you. You just didn't have the skills to get it done. You ain't know how to dip them punches. You ain't know how to bob and weave. You ain't have no footwork. You ain't know how to throw them punches off, make him go that way and tag that motherfucker. Bow, bow. You ain't know how to do that. You was just swinging wild. Ooh. Ah, watching too many movies, cowboy movies and shit. Them motherfuckers coming from all the way back here, head first. Motherfuckers waiting for the punch. That type of stuff. But yeah, what happened a lot of times when you got your ass whooped, you got trained by somebody who shows you how to now be the ass whooper. And I'm pretty sure that you were probably very open to learning how to not be embarrassed out there in the recess yard, out there in the schoolyard, out there, in the playground, in the parks, and things like that. So yeah, you may have not been able to fight before, but even the people who were teasing you before about you not being able to fight, guess what often happened? You learned how to fight, and you said things to them like, oh yeah, you right. Such and such did this to me. Now you do it. I dare you. You see a punk, punch a punk. You see a bitch, beat a bitch. That type shit. And all you have to do to get your rep back from a lost fight is to win another one. People forget about, you right. Yeah, he got his ass whooped. But guess what? He ain't nothing to be messing with now. He ain't nothing to be playing with now. I don't know what happened to him in that first fight, but I know I don't want nothing to happen to me on his next fight. I don't want his next fight to be with me. He got better hands than me. That first fight, he was garbage. Right now, he looking like he on some Sugar Ray, Tommy Hearns, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Leonard, the Marvin Hagler, Arturo, Floyd Mayweather, yeah. You know what I mean? Larry Holmes, George Foreman, Joe Frazier. Uh, Peace to all of the great heavyweights. Ken Norton. Anyway, yeah, he's looking like that. Mike Tyson. Yeah, he's looking more like that now. So, Stacey White. What's going on, Stacey? Stacey, how you feeling, man? She says confidence did not come overnight. Words do hurt. You know what? We could almost end the show on that. You are so right about that. Really, that sums up a lot. When you're young and you're growing up, you don't have the confidence yet. The confidence that you do have come from the people who raised you. They raised you with the confidence. So if they're steadily tearing you down, making you feel dumb and worthless and ugly and second best, maybe even not even second, you ain't even a runner-up in your family. If they do that to you at the beginning stages, so much bad can come out of that. So much detriment can come from that. That ain't no good shit. Michael Dokes. Yo, I don't think I know Michael Dokes. Was he a good was he a heavyweight? I don't remember that. I remember Michael Spinks. I remember what Tyson did to him in 90 seconds. Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass. What's going on, my brother from another mother? Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill. And T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site, yo. My people, my people, my people, my people, my people. Yeah, man. So we say that words don't matter. People say that words don't matter, and I understand why they say it. They say it because they don't want you to get caught up into defining yourself by what people say about you or say to you. But that to me is an acknowledgement. Hold up. What we got? Oh, damn. I didn't realize I never posted. All right. Yeah, to me, that is an acknowledgement of the power that words have. That is an acknowledgement of the power that words have. And fortunately and unfortunately, words do have power. You know, words are the things that inspire people to start changing themselves. Words are the things that make people hate other people that they never saw before, that they've never been around, that they've never met. Words. It's not the actions. I mean, I'm not saying that actions don't matter at all. But if we try to say that words don't matter, I'm sorry, y'all. It's like I feel something in this eye, but there's nothing there. Anyway, yeah, it's not that actions don't matter. It's just that actions often are misinterpreted because you can explain away an action. How many times have you been to court or been in a situation where you saw somebody do something, or you got wind or knowledge that somebody did something to you? They may have stolen something from you. They may have damaged something of yours or whatever. And they tried to explain away their actions. Yeah, they tried to explain away their actions with words. Like, pretty much making you feel like you didn't see what you saw. They're trying to make you feel like you didn't see what you saw. Oh, you saw what you saw. You synced it. Yes, you did. You synced what you synced. but they try to explain it away with the words. Why? So either they don't get in trouble or so you don't feel bad about what they did to you. They try to do that with words. Words do matter. Words absolutely matter. You know, think about this. And when I say this, don't get me wrong, because I'm not trying to diss any of our kings and queens, not or any of our black leaders. But think about Malcolm X. Think about Martin Luther King. Two of our greatest human rights and civil rights icons. Inspired thousands and thousands, millions of people around the world. But what did they do? What did they do? If you want to talk about actions versus words, what did they do? I mean, as much as I love Martin Luther King, what did he change? He wasn't a politician. Did he change policy? What actions did he take that we can point to that made a difference in our lives? Malcolm X, the same thing. Tell us, what did he do? Y'all can take some time to think about it. As a matter of fact, if you would like to debate it, talk about it, confirm it, or dispute it, I invite y'all to call in. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, on. Get your shine, baby, on. Get your shine, baby, on. Get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Yeah. Have you thought about it for a minute? Have you thought about it? What did Malcolm X or Martin Luther King actually do that we can point to that made a difference in our lives? I mean, we can always say that he rallied, he brought people together, but you know how they brought people together? These things that came out of their mouth with their words. People marvel over Dr. King's speeches, and they should. They should marvel over his speeches. They should marvel over Malcolm X's speeches. If you've ever seen Malcolm X in a debate, the way he used to debate them white folks, that's one thing that we never saw Martin Luther King do. We never saw him debate anybody. He had the mic all by himself. He never had to pass the mic. With Malcolm X, we saw him have to pass the mic. We saw him get, come under a lot of scrutiny with in interviews and stuff like that. We saw him go head up with the white man, and he was a superstar at it. Great at debate, but in debates aren't about your actions; they're about your words. Debates are about your words, and those words that people hear you speak inspire them. Like, wow, yo, he made a great point there. Oh yeah, I never thought of it that way. Oh hell, yeah, that is the truth. Amen. Amen. Hear, hear. Yes, y'all. Yes, Lord. Well. Their words inspired. Their words matter. We're still talking about their words 50, 60 years later. We're talking about what they said. We're talking about what they said. Yeah. Wow, Stacey said, I fight with my mind now. Okay. TK Wright says, your eyes may be dry. Replenishing it by flushing it flushing it is an option. Well, I did that this morning. I did. I flushed it this morning. As a matter of fact, I take baths. I take showers too, but I take baths mostly. So I go under the water and open my eyes. I go under the water and open my eyes up. It ain't do it though. It ain't do it though. But good looking out. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says thoughts become words. Words become actions. Actions produce results. You got to ask yourself, what's stimulating your thoughts? Okay. Or should I ask myself these things? Okay. All right. I got you. Yeah, we try to tell each other that words don't matter, but we're doing that for a reason. It's more of a protective mechanism. We don't want our babies. We don't want our children. We don't want our loved ones. We don't want our family. We don't want our peoples to get hurt by what somebody said. And that's because we're fully aware of how damaging the things that are said to us can be to us. Sure, we shake it off like, I don't care. That shit don't matter to me. What females be saying all the time? They ain't paying none of my bills. Y'all ain't paying none of my bills. Shit. We on social media, right? On social media, ain't nobody paying none of your bills. And I've seen people get into social media back and forth arguments. To the point where people was giving out the addresses and all of that. You know how many fights, you know how many words on social media have led to actions, right? You are aware of that, right? Mm-hmm. You want to talk shit on Facebook? You want to talk shit on Twitter? You want to talk shit on? Do people do that on Instagram? I don't know. Anyway, I imagine so. Why not? But yeah, a lot of it has to do with the words you said. Who the fuck you think you talking to? Who is you disrespecting? But I go back to the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King thing. What did they really do? We have committed to memory some of the things that they said, but what did they do? What did they do that we can point to say that they changed our lives forever? I wasn't around when either one of them was alive. So all I can really do is go by their words. TK Wright says both men use their words to rally and inspire the confidence to insist on change. You could say that. You could say that. Not sure if it's true. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to say that it's true. I'm not sure if it's 100% true. But how many things are? Because, when you think about the civil rights movement, we could say that because of Martin Luther King, that happened. But when you look back, those who were alive at the time, a lot of us didn't follow Martin Luther King. When we take our history classes and it's Black History Month, so we watch our what's that popular series about Black people that comes on every year? I'm not talking about Roots. It's a documentary talking about our civil rights struggle, and it's a very good series. It comes on every year. And we get this picture of those leaders. thinking that everybody was into what they were into. And no, that ain't true. That ain't true. Many of us, if you go in your families, if you go to your individual family members and ask them, yo, did you ever march with Dr. King? Did you follow Malcolm X? Did you know who he was? A lot of your family members would be like, nah, to tell you the truth, at the time, I ain't know. I knew who Dr. King was. But Malcolm X, I didn't really know that much about him. And I definitely didn't follow him. I wasn't into that Muslim stuff. And Dr. King, he's a household name, and his birthday is a national holiday now. That wasn't so. That just wasn't so back then. That would be like 30, 40, 50 years from now, people acting like everybody was a Trump supporter. Or everybody everybody followed Farrakhan. We know damn well plenty of people don't respect, like, or follow Louis Farrakhan. Of course, there are millions who do. But it doesn't take away from the fact that not everybody was involved. And because we weren't around then, or we were too young to understand, we think that everybody was involved back then, and they weren't. But nonetheless, the people who were involved and inspired by their words. Dr. Martin Luther King was a preacher. He was a minister. Reverend Dr. King. He was a reverend. He was a minister. And think about what your pastor in the church does. A lot of times your pastor in the church, he inspires y'all by words. Ain't no way around that. Sure, we have clothing drives and food drives, and we give out things to the poor, and we tithe and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we definitely got the actions popping. None of that shit would be possible if he ain't get up in that pulpit Sunday after Sunday, Saturday sometimes, and sometimes Wednesdays to rock that crowd. It's a show every Sunday. And he better rock it. Because soon as pastors start bombing, people going to stop coming to the church. And when they stop coming to the church, they're going to stop paying their money. They're going to stop joining church. They're going to stop tithing, and there ain't going to be no more church. So they're going to have to get rid of pastor. They're going to have to get a new inspirational pastor up in here to do what? To talk that shit. Because if pastor don't talk that shit, ain't nobody giving up their money. They not giving up their money. Words matter. Words matter a lot. Words matter a whole lot. Words matter. When that girl that you like called you ugly, when she said ew when you came around, when you put the feelers out there and told her and told somebody that you liked her, and they told her that you liked her, and she was like, ew, Malcolm, Terry, I don't like him. And unfortunately, you knew she meant it. Her words just crushed the shit out of you. That's what rejection is about. So many people are afraid of rejection. Rejection is about words most of the time. The word no. The word no. Not the actions no. The word no. Shoot, when we make a promise, we use words as the promise. My man Jayhawk is in the house. What's going on? What's going on, my brother? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on by. Thanks for stopping on through. Always a pleasure to see you here. Let me see. Okay. Narcel says, okay, wait. TK Wright says, words can build you up or break you down if you let them. It's funny. You said, if you let them. And sometimes I wonder if we have power over the effects that words have on us. Sometimes I wonder. I'm not always 100% sure of whether we hold the key. Because sometimes they break through, even when you have up the strongest wall. Because you can't unhear something. You can't unhear it and you can't unfeel it. And you sure as hell can't unknow it. We be trying, though. That's what a lot of meditation is about. Okay, Narcil says, I believe Dr. Maya Angelou once said that people won't remember what you did more than how you made them feel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why do you think people like dogs? Even though dogs don't speak, but they kind of do. But here's what dog people like. You know what people like about dogs? Yeah, they like the intelligence that dogs have, the ability to be trained. But what they like about dogs the most is how enthusiastic dogs are to see you each and every fucking time you step through that door. Every time you come into the room, that dog is down with you. You are their everything. They are happy to see you every single time. Cats. If you can have a good relationship with a cat, but a cat will be like, listen, I already showed you love. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna take this nap. I'm chilling. Not a dog. A dog be right here. Like, what you want to do? Want to take a walk? I do. Want to throw a frisbee or a stick and have me go get it? I do. Want to take a run, jog? I do. Want to lay up? Just chill. Have me all up on you? I do. I'm with it. Whatever you with, I'm with. Dogs are so reinforcing. When you come through that door, that dog is waiting for you, and he or she been waiting all day. Their tail is wagging, they jumping up on you. Gotta train them to chill. You gotta train them not to be as happy to see you, not to act as happy to see you. You gotta train them to act a little aloof, like chill, heel, sit, lay down. Back up off me. Stop fucking up my silk. Yeah, you got to train them not to be as happy to see you as they would naturally be. That's what people like about dogs. If dogs could talk, it seemed like all they would say is, yo, you the best. Man, I love the shit out of you. Oh my God. Yo, I just want to be with you. I just want to do something with you. I want to do something else with you. I want to go to bed with you. I want to wake up with you. I want to take a bath with you. I want to go run with you. If I could go to work with you, I want to go to work with you. I want to help you work. What can I do? They are so accommodating. They are so reinforcing that you matter. You can never get a human to duplicate what a dog will do for you. In the form of reinforcement, positive reinforcement. You can't do it because human beings get moody. We have our ups and downs, our good days and our bad days. Dogs will try to accommodate you until their dying day. I've seen dogs that were sick. I've seen dogs that got poisoned by neighbors, and they was like, yo, I'm sick as shit. But you know what I mean? I still want to. They tried to their last breath. I've seen dogs so sick, all they could do was wag. But you knew it was like, Oh man, doggy's too sick to treat you like a dog would treat you. But just know, look at his tail over here. I would do it, and if I get better, I'm gonna do it again. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. Make sure that I'm on track here. Okay. Um, TK Wright says their words mattered. Some of us were scared to make waves. Malcolm and Martin connected with black people from two different angles. Yeah, no, what I'm saying is this. I know that thousands of us, millions of us potentially follow them. But we can't get into thinking that everybody was down with them just like we see now. Everybody ain't into that shit. And it's not because they don't want to make waves, it's because they don't their fight or their plight wasn't important to us. All of us wasn't in all of us wasn't exposed to Jim Crow. And a lot of us that was exposed to Jim Crow was just like it was when we were slaves. Not all of us felt it the same way that some of us felt it. You know what Harriet Tubman said, I would have been able to free a lot more slaves if they realized that they were slaves. They didn't realize it. And just like plenty of us don't realize today that we have that slave mentality. We don't see it. We don't see it. So when we hear people coming through trying to bring us the truth and trying to help us to get free, we like, nah, fuck all that. I ain't into all that shit. The most interesting thing about Malcolm and Martin that I can think of is that we don't hear stories about how much money they took away. We know Malcolm died broke. All of that work he did for the Nation of Islam, he died broke. Talk about doing something from the heart, something from the muscle. All of those colleges that he spoke at, all of those rallies, all of those people that he helped to recruit for the Nation of Islam so they could run their businesses and exercise their nationalism, their black nationalism. And they let that man die broke. Broke. Couldn't afford a new car. Little house out in he had a little house out in Queens that they firebombed. He had nothing. So I'll give him that. Martin wasn't broke though. We know he got donations, but we don't talk about that a lot. It's not the most important part of his struggle. If he was a preacher or inspiring today in today's society, you can best believe they be passing around a big giant financial support barrel. Fuck a jar. Forget about a jar, baby. So that's what we're working with. Oh yeah, it's going down. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and we're talking about they say that words don't matter. Okay. T. Carey Wright says, my sister's mother, Kalia Clark, was prominent in the civil rights movement. Words made black masses move into action. Civil rights movement. Well, that's an interesting thing because the civil rights movement pretty much became the civil rights movement after the civil rights movement was over. Lyndon B. Johnson is more responsible for the civil rights movement than Martin Luther King was. Martin Luther King was not the leader of the civil rights movement. After he died, they named him that, but he wasn't looking for civil rights. None of us were. Civil rights was political. Lyndon B. Johnson came through because that March on Washington was supposed to be, that wasn't supposed to be a bunch of speeches, a big sit-in and a peaceful protest. No, it was a bunch of black people coming down there to ride. What happened on January 6, 2021 was supposed to be with the civil rights, what was that shit? The March on Washington. That's what it was supposed to be. When they was scared. They was scared as shit because they thought niggas was fed up. So they did what they normally do and diffused niggas. They came up with the civil rights march on Washington. All right, this is what we gonna do. Y'all come down there, be peaceful and all that kind of stuff, and we going push through these policies and whatever, so y'all can sue when somebody kills one of y'all or beats y'all the fuck up based on your race. Because that's all civil rights is. It's your ability to bring forth litigation if somebody violates you based on your race or sexual orientation. So it's a reactive thing. That ain't what we wanted. We wanted white people to stop fucking beating us and killing us and humiliating us and treating us like animals. Not even the good animals. Can't change the history. And that's why it's a big thing that we weren't there. Because after the fact, the narrative gets changed. Just like they'll change the narrative of today. No. You can't change that narrative. What I see, and what I saw, I'm going to report. Okay. The Devil's Playground. Jeff Hawkins says words can touch the heart so emotionally at times, as much as a tender touch. More so, when somebody tells you that you're great, or they think that you're so smart, or that you really have it going on, or that you're pretty or handsome, or that you're the best thing since sliced bread, or that they want to be like you, or they want your kids to be like you. Man, what? I mean, to the point where you have to ask if they serious. Like, come on, man, don't gas my head like that. And you know the reason that you don't want them to gas your head like that? Because it feels too good to be true. Especially when you've been hearing the opposite all your life. When you've been hearing somebody telling you that at best you are mediocre. You all right. You middle of the road. You are average, below average. Worthless, ugly, stupid. You ain't never gonna be shit. You're fat. Look at your fat self. All you do is sit up here, eat all the time. Being called fat. You know what I hate? I hate kids being called fat. Even if they're fat. I hate hearing people play around with babies. Call them, hey, fat. I be tripping. I ain't gonna lie. I be like, yo, don't do that. Hey, little fat. No. I be sensitive to that shit. Like, yo, don't do that. Because you're gonna keep doing that. And then he or she's gonna be a little chunky kid, little fat. No, it ain't cool. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. Hey, little fat girl. Hey, fat boy. You might not really be meaning nothing by it, but it shows what you're looking at. You're talking about what you see. Because you don't go talking to no little skinny kid, be like, hey, little fat boy, you ain't doing that. More than likely, you don't even address him as, hey, little skinny girl, hey, little skinny boy. You know, more than likely, you don't. You don't push that envelope. Fat people get called fat consistently. Dark-skinned people get called black, chocolate, dark, whatever, black, whatever, consistently. Them words from a young age start fucking you up early, getting in your way early, wrecking your whole world early. TK Wright says, agreed at Jim Crow. I'm just saying that their words mattered and were important. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's my whole point, though. We talk about somebody's actions. Actions speak louder than words. No, the fuck they don't. Louder words speak louder than words. No. Actions don't speak louder than words. I've seen people, you know what? Oh, hold on. In the description of this show, if you go back and read the description of the show, I said on this show, I mean, in the description, and I want to address that now. I want to make sure that I don't let this show end without me addressing this. Have you ever seen somebody verbally abuse somebody, tear them down, call them all kinds of derogatory names, tease them, make them feel bad, and tear them down verbally abuse them? Have you ever seen anybody talk to somebody like they ain't shit, but treat them like kings and queens otherwise? Have you ever seen anybody contradict their words that way? Have you ever seen somebody have you ever seen a man call his wife fat, ugly, stupid, worthless, bad mother, pussy ain't shit, this, that, and the third? Same thing with a woman. You know, little dick, punk motherfucker, scaredy cat, coward, ain't shit, broke ass nigga. Have you ever seen or heard somebody tear somebody down like that verbally, but still treat them like a king or a queen otherwise? Like, yeah, I might not talk to him like all of that, but I cook for him, I clean for him, I do for him, I'm totally loyal to him. I show him all kinds of love and affection, and I make them, know that they're the best thing since sliced bread. No, you can't do it. You can't do it. First of all, kings and queens get the highest level of respect that you can imagine. Nobody gets respected more than a king or a queen or any royalty. You got to watch your mouth around royalty. You can't just talk to royalty like any old kind of way. You can't just come out your mouth all crazy when somebody is royal. That's a king, that's a queen, that's a prince, that's a princess, that's a duke, that's a duchess. You can't just talk to them any old kind of way. You show respect. You bow down. You kiss the ring. Respect is due up front. There are no other options. There are no other options. So, with there being no other options, how can you treat somebody like a king or a queen, but talk to them like they ain't shit? How? If you've seen any semblance of it, I'd like to know. Let me know. I want to see how this works. How can you be treated like a king or a queen, but be talked to like you a peasant, a pauper? How does that work? How does it work? Shoot, we create all other kind of miracles in our mind. Show us how that would work. Normally, when you talk to your partner, your lover, your spouse, like they ain't shit, you treat them like that. It's pretty consistent. You've already told them how you feel about them. Okay, oh, I only say that kind of stuff when I'm mad. You wouldn't say this shit ever if it wasn't in your mind, in your sights, in the first place. You wouldn't do that. I've heard women say to men, the only reason that I said those things to you is because I knew I couldn't beat you. I know I couldn't do anything physically to you, so I decided I would tear you down with words. It worked. You ain't shit. You little punk ass, coward ass, little dick motherfucker. Can't fuck, can't make no money, broke ass nigga. Mm-hmm. That's why your kids don't respect you. That's why your family don't love you. That's why nobody at your job give a fuck about you, and them niggas around the corner at the playground don't fuck with you. Nobody calls, nobody gives a fuck about you and y'all. No, nobody gonna fuck with you. Nobody wants you come around in the crew. Nobody picked you for the game. They know you can't get. You ain't got no fucking hands. You ain't got no fucking left. You ain't got no dribble. You ain't got no handle. You can't catch the ball. You can't throw. And nobody has a kicker on the street. We don't, in street football, we don't have kickers. Oh shit. I should have known that was gonna happen. All right. Let me get it later. I knew it was the hole in my lip was gonna start the show. Okay. Nara says, I wrote poetry when I was moved to do it in my late teens and early 20s. Yeah, I did it when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. My teacher used to think I was a little trouble kid. I was bad. But she used to look at my poetry like, yo, he a deep little bad motherfucker. Okay. You like to write too, Jeff? That's what's up. Nar says, my mom got in my ass for calling my sister Lulu Hog when she was chunky, when she was chunky as a little girl. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't like it. I know people don't be meaning no harm, but I don't think they understand the harm that they doing. That little fat girl. You know, you see how people go crazy. You see how people go crazy when they say things like you pretty for a dark-skinned girl, or you handsome for a dark-skinned dude. That kind of shit. It ain't a good look. It ain't a good look. Those words matter. Because they're saying that no matter how good looking I am, I can't compare to the light skin. That's the kind of thing that we have to deal with in our community. That's a black thing. And it's the worst thing we have to deal with. Oh, and it's consistent as fuck. Oh, yeah. It's consistent as hell, baby. As hell. That's what we're working with. Saying that words don't matter. Saying that words don't matter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen people. I've seen people try to explain away their actions and shit. You know, on shows before, I've said that when it comes to love, you gotta say it. You gotta say it out your mouth. You can't just, you know, people say love is a verb, and action speaks louder than words. Do a loving thing without backing it up with saying that you love them, and watch that shit get misinterpreted. Mm-hmm. Words, I mean, actions can be interpreted a whole lot of different ways. For example, let's say you provide all the material gifts for your wife, for your husband, or whatever. You buy them all kinds of shit. Like, no, sure. Why would I buy you all these things if I didn't love you? But then you find out that they buy things for their co-workers, their work wife, work spouse, work husband, they little side joint and all of that. Yeah, they buy stuff for them too. That's just what they do. But they'll tell you, oh, but I don't love them. I love you. You buying them a bunch of shit. You don't tell me that you love me. I know I just told y'all that. But yeah, do all of that stuff without saying that you love them. And then you watch your love be misinterpreted by the fact that everybody else gets the same treatment or gets a similar treatment as what you're getting. Yeah. So actions often gets explained away. People go to court every day trying to explain away what they did. Look at all the different classifications that we have in the legal system for killing somebody. Murder in the first, second, third. Manslaughter, first, second, third. What's the other thing? There's murder, there's manslaughter. What's the other word for killing somebody? I think there are three. Nonetheless, how your intent is explained to the judge or the jury or to the court is going to determine your outcome. Oh yeah, your actions was that you killed somebody. But we're going to interpret whether you meant for them to die or not. So your lawyer is going to come up here and use these words in order to explain away what you did. Jeff Hawkins says jealousy plays a big part as well. Yeah, when it comes to tearing down your partner, your love, your spouse. It sure enough do, brother. It sure enough do. Real shit. Real shit. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. You can call into the show 319-527-6199 if you so desire. Oh yeah, because I desire. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. So words matter. especially when we start talking about how it relates to little kids, the small children, because the words that you say to a young child are going to be what makes the difference in their lives as far as their self-worth, their sense of self-esteem, self-love, self-respect. It's going to carry mad weight. You're either going to be the hero or the villain in their lives based on how you handle that. Are you ready for that challenge? I hope you are. I hope. I do. I love to see people become positively inspired. And it just happens, it just seems to happen with words. Somebody gave you the good word. What's the good word? What's the day's mathematics? What's today's mathematics, baby? What do you have to say? You want to know what you got to say. Hey, what you got to say? Because what you say is going to make all the difference, one way or another. Jeff Hawkins says it's always what you can actually prove. When witnesses come up to that stand, they try to discredit. They either try to give credibility to witnesses. Well, depending on which side the witnesses are on, they either try to add credibility to them by words, or they try to discredit them by words. Well, first you said, well, then you said, well, which one is it? That's why they don't let certain people take the stand, because their words gonna get them fucked up. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to survive cross-examination. You ain't gonna be able to do it. And that stuff that we see on TV is different than how court really goes. Y'all been to court before. More than likely, y'all been to court either for yourselves or for a family member. You see, like, this ain't nothing like it be on TV. First of all, this shit long, it's drawn out, it's boring. Nobody talks over each other and objects like they do on TV. You go to court, you'll never hear the word object. I've been to court so many times. I've never heard I object. I've never heard it. Have you? Have you ever heard the word object outside of TV, like in real court? I haven't. I've been like, how come they never say I object? It's sure never dramatic like on TV. TV makes court look exciting, like it's a bunch of arguing. It don't be going down like that. A lot of times, nothing. A lot of times, the lawyer talks and the DA, does her little thing, and that's it. That's it. That's right. T. Carey, right? Today's mathematics. Peace, God. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, equality. The God born, build, and destroy, cipher. No. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, equality. God build and destroy, born, cipher. Cipher, born, build, and destroy. God, equality, power, culture, freedom, understanding, wisdom, knowledge. All praises due to Allah. All praises due to Allah. Okay. Jeff Hawkins says, words are indeed powerful. Been in court battles and won. That shit ain't like Law and Order. This shit ain't nothing like that. Motherfuckers is getting up there incriminating themselves. Hell no. In real life, when they say that the defendant ain't taking the stand, he ain't taking the stand. No more words. He will speak through his attorney. That's it. That's it. Ain't no more to it. Ain't no more to it. Peace to Emily Dunlap in the background. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming on the round. She was on the Instagram side. It's all good. But yeah, man. Yeah. They say actions speak louder than words. I can't tell. I can't tell. Shoot. The men watching this show probably can relate to um, when they've done something or tried to do something nice for their woman. And it's like, you ain't did nothing lately. You know, or this is all I get, or you know, some other shit. Some other shit that she might have said. Words. Words. Actions speak louder than words. Well, let's see. Do a lot of y'all agree with that? You ain't gonna tell me that everybody here thinks that words are stronger than actions. I know we're not doing that. What do y'all think? Jeff Hawkins says, damn sure isn't. Yeah. What do y'all think? For the people who subscribe to actions speak louder than words, we can talk about it. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. Words, baby. Words. Yeah. Words have power. Shit. You see Donald Trump. He was a very popular, he was a very infamous president. Very infamous. You know. Extremely polarizing. But people like to hear him talk shit. He got people on his side for the shit that he would talk. Going back and forth with somebody. He didn't care who it was. Politicians, rappers, other sports celebrities. Whoever didn't agree with him was on target. Was a target. And he just used words. He talked shit. Very irresponsible. Very immature. But he showed what American society really goes for. Most of us are irresponsible and immature, especially when it comes to the words. People who like Donald Trump, one thing they said about him that they liked was that he's not a politician and he says what we're thinking, what a lot of people are thinking. Well, he never said what I was thinking. Because I don't care to hear or see people get cussed out on a regular basis. I don't give a fuck about that shit. TK right says it has to be a combination of both the words and the actions. Okay. Stacey White says they never really called me fat. They always called me ugly. Wow. Whoa. I'm sad to hear that. That pains me because that ain't. I mean, you could ask what's worse, being called fat or being called ugly. I've heard plenty of people being called fat and still pretty, especially women. Men too. Look at Biggie Smalls. He wasn't the hey. He thought he was ugly. Ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Being called ugly, yeah. Because being called ugly goes so many different areas. It digs deep. Digs deep. Hmm. Real sorry about that. Real sorry about that. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. But doing that to a kid growing up, you could fuck him up bad. And I hope that's not what happened to you, Stacey. But that ain't cool. Shoot. Shoot. You can change. You can change fat. You can lose weight and change fat. Either diet, exercise, or by surgery. You can change fat. Ugly, it's a little tough. Because a lot of times you feel ugly on the inside and allow it to come out on the outside. A lot of times. A lot of times, man. A lot of times. They say words don't matter. My ass, they don't. They do. Yes, they do. So what can we do? What can we do? Especially for the babies. Especially for the babies, but not exclusively for the babies. Because there are a lot of full-grown adults, even senior citizens, that have been harboring and holding on to the pain of the words that people in their lives have said to them, fucking them up along the way, step by step. More than likely, if somebody hurts your feelings, you remember exactly what they said decades later, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later. You remember what they said to you, how they made you feel, what they tried to make you think of yourself, what they told other people about you. You know? So it can be a real sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. Not cool. Okay. You talking about somebody you was with? Say he called me ugly, so I called him fat. Maybe. Okay. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna touch that. Okay. I got a clearer picture of what the going though. But at least that's a lot better than okay. That's a lot better than where I thought you was taking it. That's all right. That actually makes me feel a little better. That's crazy. Your man call you ugly. Man, you fat little fat motherfucker. That's crazy as hell, man. But it happens. It happens, and unfortunately, sometimes you can't. Well, people try to take it back all the time. It's not always possible. Not always possible. Sometimes it just digs into your psyche, and you just got to let that ride out for the rest of your days. You got to let that play out for the rest of your days, fool. You can't walk back a ugly. You can't walk back a fat. You can't walk back a stupid. You can't walk back no worthless. That nigga called me worthless. That bitch said I was ugly, stupid, had a little dick, I was corny, a coward, a bad father. A bad father. Nobody likes to be called a bad parent. What kind of mother are you? What kind of father are you? That should be stinging. Call yourself a father? What kind of father are you? You ain't nothing but a deadbeat dad. You only know how to make kids. You don't know how to raise none. You don't know how to take care of none. Jay Hawkins said, oh, Stacey White says, I would never go back. I hear you. Jeff Hogan says, self-confidence defeats ugliness. Self-love. Yes, but self-love, I believe, is taught. I don't think you get to self-love all by yourself. A lot of times people have to show you how to love yourself. You got to be shown directly because you can definitely miss the mark. You definitely miss the mark. But I know a lot of self-love comes in defense of people trying to get you to self-hate. A lot of times. A lot of times. Do you know what I'm saying? Actual facts, man. Actual facts. Actual facts. Glad y'all came through, man. We about to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. And we will be back tomorrow more than likely we'll be on time tomorrow. I'm just glad to be here today. Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to be here today. It wasn't easy. Wasn't easy, baby. I'm glad y'all came through. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. February 5th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Go get her, my girl Kelly Lawson, turning 51 years old today. And also Morgan Darcell, happy birthday to you. And Laverne Chambers, turning 54 years old today. And it's Callie, turning 25 years old today. And also Leanne Mathis, turning 52 years old today. And Lisania Villar, happy birthday to you. And Queen Chinny, turning 28 years old today. And Marcus Etheridge, turning 58 years old today. And Keena Kennedy, happy birthday to you, Ma. And Antoine Carter, my man Antoine Carter, going all the way back to the 1990. That was my man at the Federal Reserve back. That's my dude. Happy birthday to you. And Anise Morris, turning 76 years old today. And Linda Dotson, happy birthday to you. And Emily Erborno, happy birthday to you. My girl Karen Purdy, happy birthday to you. She be whooping my ass on Words with Friends. I mean, I beat her a lot of times too, but she be coming through. And last but not least, my girl Keisha D. Myers, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 5th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, words matter. Don't say they don't matter. They are the things that make the crowd scatter and separate and start the love and the hate and make sure that that's the one you want to date. And I state my facts and come through with the act. But sometimes the act is not a fact, and I have to come right and exact, and everything is going to be all right. It's like that. Watch the things that you say to each other, man. Think about some of the things that people have said to you, some of the things that have stuck with you, whether they are the things that hurt your feelings really bad or the things that inspired you a whole lot. One of the reasons why people really have cherished their grandparents is because grandparents have done a lot to inspire their grandchildren. Your mom and your dad might have missed the mark, because they were so busy actively trying to raise you that they made a lot of mistakes. But grandparents have already been through all of that with your mom and your dad. They've made their mistakes and they've seen where they have gone wrong a lot of times. So one of the reasons why grandparents are so revered, loved, cherished, especially their memory, is because they understood the need to be told that you were loved, that you were cared for, that you were smart, that you were good, that you was going to be something, that you were important. Be a grandparent to people out there. And your expression of appreciation, love, and acknowledgement. Be like that. Be like that. I think it's a good start. It ain't the end, that's for sure, but it's a pretty good start. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love you right back to life. Yes, y'all. So we'll be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So make sure y'all, between 11 and 11:30, I ain't going. So I want y'all to have a great day today. The hawk is 90 back, seconds. And I'm talking about the cold. The cold and came back. We had a couple of warm days, warm winter days. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely freezing back out that bitch now. So be careful. Be careful. Still mask up. Still protect yourself from the elements out there and the diseases and the infections and the viruses that are out there. Be careful, y'all. Because I do care. And I'm going to tell you like that there. My brother, my mellow, my man, Charles Lindsay, coming through at the end. That's my stand. Yo, thanks for coming through, my brother. Holla at you, though. Holla at you. Word up. All right, so for my blog talkers, let me get you on up out of here and say peace there. Yeah.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Yeah. And for my YouTubers, yo, no, wait a minute. For my Instagrammers, yo, Five Slammer Jammer, thanks for coming on through and let me exercise my grammar. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. I see you on the other side, my boobers. All right, y'all. Yeah, no. Hold on. Let me get you out of here. All right. Don't forget to share that show. Subscribe.